welcome back to brand new video from yamparalamedia. I'm your host Rahul, and in this video I'll be discussing about what type of portfolio or what type of case studies you should be designing, you should be creating to get in these top 11 domains in design industry. So without any further ado, let's get started. So first is e-commerce and retail, and here if you are joining you can expect around 8.5 LPA as a 2 to 4 years of experience candidate. And what you should have in your case study or portfolio is a clarity towards e-commerce, how the user will behave if they are buying some stuff from a website or from an application. And regarding that, I found this case study which is from Jibin. Jibin has created an amazing portfolio and he is currently a designer at Microsoft, and now we'll be exploring his work. So he has done his work towards the food delivery section of India, and let's explore that. So I just copied this URL and pasted in the browser. All the URLs which are mentioned in this video will be available in the description. So from there you can explore and learn. So Jibin's case study is about food delivery partners, and as an intro video, he has created this video. Now I will play it so that you get a glimpse when you're presenting your work, how it should be and how you can make it better. So as you can see, the intro video itself defines that as a designer, he focused on getting into the user perspective, not only as a virtual, but he himself involved himself as a food delivery partner and made this case study. So whenever you're creating your case study, you should be focusing, if it is possible, that you can get into the shoes of a user, then it's the best part because it defines that you have experienced that in a real time. So focus on that. So if I scroll down, you can see when it was taken and what type of project it is. This is a personal project and how it started, like how he got that idea. So all of that he documented in a well manner, and the images, even the images used in his case study is all are clicked by himself. So you can see here. So first he has given the start of it and he's adding the suggestion also, so that as a user, as a recruiter, if I am seeing this, I will be having clear idea like what to expect. What is the solution? If you're finding a problem, then what is the solution that you can take it up? So if I scroll down, you can see wait for your order, bigger icons, then standard guidelines could help partner on the move. Because see, here you can see that he has identified all the possible things that he faced himself and given the solutions. If I'm a designer and if I want to add a point to this one, I would say that the solution part should be in bolder, can be make bigger, because if I'm a recruiter, I would love to know what was the solution. So all of these are images and the text on it is pretty clean and well displayed. He has documented everything, how it goes, what is the issue, what was the steps in there, everything. So by imagery and how the process starts, everything is being documented here itself, and how it ends. So the end experience is also important when you're creating a case study. So far, whatever case studies that I found that it starts with a virtual psychology, like the user, the designer who is making the case study defines a problem statement in the air, solves it in the air, and it never gets shipped. It never makes sense for the recruiter to see that the case study he had done is being live or not. So ultimately the result should be visual, there should be impact, and you should be having some learnings from that. So what happens beyond 1,000 rupees? So you can see even as a graph, he has represented what is the earning is per delivery. As a case study doesn't mean that you need to follow a design thinking process from ideating. If you're wondering what is design thinking process, and let me just show you. So design thinking generally have these 5 steps, which starts from empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. So every case study doesn't need to have these things. Even if you can see that even Jibin had made his case study towards the result oriented, but he didn't done any of these things. So all these things are required when you are doing the project from scratch, from 0 to 1. If you're making any case study, then this involves. But if you're taking up any already live application, already in-hand application, then there is no need to do that. So some interesting fact, kit, and yeah, that's it. So you can see this overall case study resembles his own involvement, his own findings, and his own solutions. So everything is around himself. So if you are making a case study towards the e-commerce or retail, you should definitely check out Jibin work, and the URL, the portfolio link will be in the description. So definitely go and check it out. So next, moving onwards, we are having healthcare and wellness. And if you're joining any healthcare company, and if you have 2 to 4 years of experience, you can expect at least 10.4 LPA. And one such, if you're designing a portfolio for that, I would recommend to check out Wenjuing portfolio. She's also a designer at Microsoft, and let's look at her work. So here is her work. So if you can see, even her presentation is pretty much different from what we see. So she has mentioned a human image which defines the problem statement, which defines at what type of scenario is this, and she has displayed the mockups, the clay mockups, so that as a recruiter I'm sure that what I'm gonna see if I'm going to scroll down. So she has given all the details which are there, what was the duration, who was the client, what was the team, and what was her own role. So if you're doing any case study, try to get some other people's also in there. Some of them could be visual designers, some of them could be graphical designers. Get someone who is developing it also. If you're doing any case study, if you're building an app, if you want to do some solution over that, get a app developer, collaborate with him, and then do it, so that you will get a real insight like what developers want from a designer and how it should be correlated, so that the work comes out in the daylight. So she has given everything that is required as a recruiter that I want to know. What were her team, what was her role and duration. And if I scroll down, I can see some of the mocks of the application, and then I can see what's the structure, what is the problem that she is want to solve, what is the flow of home care service and everything. Even in the Jivin's work, you have seen that there are graphs. So graphs and visual representation is very important when you're creating your portfolio. So if I scroll down, she has taken the challenges and she is representing those challenges based on the colors, like light to the darker red. Darker red means which is very crucial to solve. Then we have other details, then some graphical representations, then we have mock, then we have UX roadmap, then we have personas, then she has mentioned the task scheduling and everything, that what happens in real time, then the communication between the people, then we have the user journey. So this is something which is different. This is very detailed work. And if I go down, then I have some more screens, the solution screens. So these are the solution screens. Then we have information architecture. Then we have the language, because this is for different country, they have made it for that language too. But what you can include in your portfolio is multilingual, and accessibility factors you should definitely add in there, because nowadays people want those features most than how it looks and how it functions. Accessibility is also an important factor that every new designer forgets about. So if you're newbie, if you are even experienced, then if you are not having any of the accessibility factor in your application, then definitely think about it and apply it. And then she has given what is the V1, then V2, V3, V4, then some of the web interfaces, then real-time testing from users, what's the flow of case workers and professionals, and that's it. So this is how you can also structure your portfolio. So from each and every portfolio you come across while you're searching, you can pick up some of the common points, and that I will also include here. So first point that we found interesting is visual presentation, video or human-like image with mocks. So this is first thing. Second thing is graphs and flows for easy understanding. So these are the 2 points that we found from these 2 case studies that we have just looked at. So let's get back. So this is how you design if you are getting into healthcare. Next, moving onwards to IT and app development. So this is very common domain, which is very widely spread also. So if you're joining, you can expect at least 9 LPA as a 2 to 4 years of experience. And one case study that I really liked and I found recently is from Nikita. So it is her Twitter account, and let me just go and show you what she has made. So she has worked upon B2B sector, and she has worked upon what people face as a problem when they are using Google services, and how it is different from AWS and all those things. So even here you can see that she has made her portfolio, this case study itself, she had made it so that she can send it to the Google and let Google know like she is doing this solution for them. So whenever you're designing a case study, there are 2 things that you need to remember. One is whom you are designing it for. Like, are you making it for your own study, or if you're making it for getting a job? So if you're making it for getting a job, then make it around that. Construct it such a way that any recruiter who is from Google or any technician is from Google can know that what you have done is really applicable and you have done your part of research. And that's what defines here. She has mentioned her image to give a human feel, which we mentioned in the pointers also here. Like the visual presentation should be there, that can be video or human-like image or human image with mocks. So then she has introduced herself, like who is Nikita and what is this case study is all about, what you're gonna learn about it. Then why GCP and Vertex AI, what is the difference between the 2 competitors, why AWS UX is better. So here you can see that she is directly comparing it with other competitors, with such that why they are better and why Google is lacking in that part of work. So she has picked up AWS, and she has mentioned that what is the problem, what she has seen, the solution, like not even solution, like what is better. And then she has shown the Vertex AI screen, and she has dissected it. She has break it down in different aspects so that user can know like what is there and what is the difference of layout, what can be done, and eventually she has made a solution for it. So if I scroll down, you can see this is the solution. Like what is gonna be changed in this one so that it works better. So at last she has questions I had, and here are what are some of the things that she wanted to solve, and that's it. So additional thoughts. So he has mentioned additional thoughts, and overall, if I'm a recruiter and what I want to have is, instead of having a questions I had, the solutions also should have their separate section or separate, like what are her learnings, what she want to do, if she gonna be joining in Google, if she gonna be what is next step. Like here she has mentioned like would love to hear from the design team at Google, but what if they reply back, what happens after that? So if she arranges those things here, then it can be more better, then it could be more like from 0 to 1, then there will be some end to it. So what I feel from this is this case study doesn't have a proper ending, but it could have. But overall, whatever she has done as a work, it is brilliant, and you can take inspiration of this and take some pointers from that. So last point, like what we learned from is that there should be ending. What next? Solutions or learnings. So you can have this thing at the end of your case study. There should be some solution, like end solution. What is the next step? And your some of your learnings. Next, moving forward, we have finance. If you're joining any finance company, you can expect at least 8 LPA. And one such work that I loved, and even I made a video on this one. So there's a guy called Vipin, and his work is brilliant, like end to end, the B2B sector, like what should be there, and even the presentation. I will show it to you so that you can get it. See if I'm just loading his portfolio. So this portfolio is clear defines like what he will be bringing on table and what he is working like currently at doing. And this is the case study that I really liked. So the presentation itself, like how you're gonna present, is different for everyone. Some of them make it visual on itself on website, and some show as a slideshow. So here Vipin has used Figma to show his work as a slide. So next, this is something is B2B, and here you get a task and you need to get it done. So first he has written down what is the client requirement, then what is the problem, then solution. Even you can see how this transition is happening. These were the problems, and then the visual presentation of the problem is very tangled, like everything is messed up. And when he got the access to the financial team, when he got the recordings, or when he got some of the things that can help him solve the questions, solve the problems, he got it. That tangle image itself is disappeared, and he has written the solution of them. Then how did he analyzed, what were the problems, what is the flow. So even here also you can see like this part itself is visually a presentation of the flow of working of the application, and then understanding it better, product strategy, validating, information architecture, interface, and building blocks, last step, iterations, Figma prototypes. So everything is here itself. Now this is large thing, the thing that I wanted to share. Let the user feel it, let the user experience your solution. So let me just write it down. So yeah, so here could be let the user experience the solution, Figma prototype, app download, etc. Anything that works. So visuals should be there should be some ending, visual presentation of video or human like images with mocks. Yeah, so that's the point from Vipin's portfolio. So overall, if you're working in finance, then you should be I just missed a point that I want to show it to you. So if I go down again and open, so the solution that I wanted to show it to you. So the solution itself is in the prototype. So if I click on admin portal, the admin view, so this is what his work is. So here you can see it's pretty simple. It's just how the payment is going, what is the invoice history, the balance, site plan, site manager, site devices. So this is towards the finance, logistics and things. So you can see pay balance, how the payment is gonna be, enter custom amount, pay due amount. So this thing you can find it in your credit card also. Pay only the minimum amount and or pay the full amount. So you can see here the payment options. So all this. So that's what you see when you're designing for finance. And what you should be including is the financial aspect, what is the breakdown and everything. So that is from finance. And if you want to follow Vipin, you can go to his website and follow him on LinkedIn or Twitter. Next, we have gaming platforms. So if you're joining any gaming company, like a game building company like Unity or some other, you can expect 8.2 LPA as a 2 to 4 years of experience. And one such work that I found is from PDW, and he's a product designer at Discord. So let me just copy his portfolio and show you like what he has. So this is his portfolio, and if I scroll down, this is one work that I really like. And one more thing, Stadia is being closed by Google, so they are not gonna focusing on that, so it's dead. So here you can see the same thing is that there is a visual presentation. So this is mock. So even the mock itself is inside a mock. So this is MacBook screen, and inside there is a, I think, Safari browser, and he's showing this work. Then same as we have seen in the medical, not the medical, but the healthcare portfolio of Winjing. She has also mentioned everything, the details, what were her team, what were his role, and everything. So the same way, Perry has also shown here what is his role, who was the time, like team, timeline. And if I scroll down, then he has mentioned like the highlights. So starting with the solution itself, then what is the process, screens, the design, the opportunity. So here he has done the online research, like what people think online. So you can also include your research in your case study. So he has given the timeline, like what he has done is the first week, then what in the last week. So everything, the user flow. So here he has mentioned the error parts in the flow itself, and here he has solved it. So by comparing these two visual aspects itself, I can understand like what is the solution, and the colors itself is very contrast. So here he has given the grid layout, so working. So these are the real videos of him working on it, not glanceable. The building blocks, so you can see that building blocks itself. So this is the same style Vipin is also used. He has also mentioned like while doing the case study, the components that he has created is being used. So that defines your working style. So if you scroll down, it's a very big one, and at the last we have next project. So here his project takeaways. So it is also an ending. So from this case study, what you should be taking up is you should show your process. Show process of working, building blocks, design guide or styles. So that is from Perry, and it is from the gaming side. So next portfolio that we'll be looking at is from education, and if you're joining any education company, you can expect around 9.2 LPA, given that you really join a good company which is very stable. So for that you can explore Shai's work, and let me just open this one. So Shai is a product designer. He has worked with various unicorn companies, and one such work that I really liked is from this one. This is onboarding experience of My Captain. So it's an education edtech platform where teachers can onboard themselves. So here also you can see he has used a tool called Loom, which helps you record yourself, and he has shown his work itself here. So that's the same point that I mentioned. There should be a visual presentation of yourself. You should be included in that. It should not be only on the air. It should be something that is relatable to the human. So you can see his work, his process of how people are gonna clicking on some buttons and what is happening there in the real time. And at the last we have learnings. The same point that I mentioned here, learnings. There should be some learnings or solutions. So there should be what is next process. So next sector we have Web3, and for Web3 I am only the prime example. So I have done a little bit work upon fantasy gaming. So let me just show you that. So you can check it out at my site itself, which is yamparalamedia.design, and if you go to open projects, if you scroll down, you can see this one. So this project itself, this work itself is very much task based. Individually, I worked upon a lot of individual aspects of the application. So it's a little loading. There should be less internet. So this you can see like even each and every task is divided in tasks, and any user that you wanted to check it out, they can click on it and see the work. So let me just break down this one. So I think it's visible. Let me just explore. Yeah. So this is design that I did for Web3. So it's a fantasy gaming platform called Krida Fans, and they have rewards, they have visual presentation of the mock of how it really works, what they're gonna get. So everything is here itself. So this is not a case study, I would say, but it's a work that you can show directly from your portfolio. So if you want to get into Web3, you can focus on working in this, because you can get around 9.5 LPA. And this is not about India, it's about outside India, where you can get into Web3 and really grow. Web3 itself is a decentralized, so there is no worries that if you're in India, you can't get the work, but the work that you will be getting, the way you can grow is from outside India, and you can work upon it. Next we have AI, and in AI you can get around 8.6 LPA as a salary, and there is a lot of gap in here. I didn't found any of portfolios or any of case studies that are catered around this. So this is your chance if you are into AI and want to do work, so you can check it out. Even in Web3, so I found this tweet. Let me just scroll. So Aati is a girl, so she has mentioned that why there are no fitness app on Web3 which incentivize to go on gym and have a proof of work. So this is really a good case study that you can work upon if you're joining if you want to join any Web3 companies and you're looking to design a portfolio around it, you can pick it up this idea. Next we have entertainment. Entertainment is very simple, improving Instagram app or improving Spotify. This type of portfolios you can find everywhere. There's no scarcity of it. So if you're joining an entertainment company, you can expect 7.4 LPA. And then productive is, this one is something that I really like. So Ethan Chang's work is very amazing. I already made a video on his portfolio, so go and check it out. And one more work is his, so if I'm pronouncing it right, it is Gio Chen. So he's a product designer and his work on productive application is remarkable. Let me just show it to you. So he has worked upon a project called Inco. So it's basically a building block of different scheduling or different productive applications in one dashboard or one place. So there are so many tools around. If I'm not wrong, you may be using Notion or something. So in the same style. So here you can see it's a drag and drop building blocks. So everything is drag and drop and modular space itself, the modular blocks. So I really like this idea. Overall, this idea itself is very amazing. And here you can see everything. Here also you can see the building blocks. So these are the colors that he has used, the situations, the end result, everything. So these are his learnings. Very much in a better way he has mentioned here. So here's his thing. So this is from productive application, and if you're joining any productive company, you can expect around 7.2 LPA. And last and final, which is automotive. So automotive is just now starting up, and getting a design job here would be little hard to find. But if you find it, you will be settled for a decade. So this is one work that I really liked. So let me just open it. So there's a guy called Johnny. So he has worked upon the collaboration video of Apple plus Porsche. So he has designed a dashboard around it. Not the dashboard, but the interface which will go into the dashboard. So I will play this video so that you can get a better idea. So this is such a video. It's a 4 minutes video and it's very detailed on how automotive design could be and how it is going in the industry. So go and check it out, this video. I will link it down in the description. So overall, I guess and I hope that you got an idea like what you should be designing if you're getting into any of these domains. Some of the key points are whenever you are designing your case study, focus on visual presentation, have some video, have some human-like image with mocks that can give a relatable feel for the recruiter or any user who is seeing this. Next is have some graphs or flows for easy understanding. And next is show your process of working. No one wants how design thinking, what is your process of design is like. Just show me what you have worked upon. What are the building blocks you have made? What is the information architecture? What are your findings? Show me that, and remember that if you are showing those, if you can have it in real, if you can experience it in real, go and have it, record your video and in real time give your feedback. Then next is there should be some ending, whatever the case study is about. Even changing one small feature, you should be having a last section which is about the solutions or learnings. And the last is if there is a possibility, let the user feel it. Give them a Figma prototype. If it is a web application, give them a Figma link so that they can open and see it. They can interact with the application. They can interact with the components that you have created and see the solution in real way. So that's it for this video. If you have learned something from this, let me know in the comment section. And if you want to have something else additional to this, even this video itself is from one of my subscribers. Her name is Aditi and I thank you her a lot. So because of her only, I did a lot of research around what are the domains are there, what one designer should be focusing if they are building a new portfolio and everything. So if you have any doubts regarding design and anything, just hit me on Twitter and I will reply there. And if it required, I will make a video on it and I will share it with everyone. So that's it, people. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.